I owe everybody with children a huge apology. I'm sure you all have heard of the terrible twos, but do we really understand what that stage is? This stage is usually when the parents and the child lose patience with each other. And according to Dr. J.L. Hoker, an MD at the Mayo Clinic, he describes the terrible two stage as a normal stage in which a toddler begins to struggle between their reliance on adults and their desire for independence. Now, I was always the one to say that children are not that bad until my 18-month-old niece and nephew, who just so happened to be twins, came along. Ever since they were born, they were always put into a car seat. So now they know the routine. They know that they have to get in the car seat. But they want to buckle themselves up. And we all know that they can't properly buckle themselves. So when we step in to buckle them, they get upset, they cry, because they want to do it themselves. And then now they're both walkers. And when we want them to walk, they want us to hold them. When we want to hold them, they want to get down and walk. So during this stage, the toddler undergoes major motor skills, intellectual, social, and emotional changes. So because of those changes, it becomes a little frustrating for the child that they can't express themselves in a manner in which their parent fully understands. So now that I've gotten your attention on the terrible twos, that's going to bring me to my first point. What should you expect during the terrible two stage? Well, there's temper tantrums, there's prolonged crying, and there's an overabundance of energy. So we all know what temper tantrums are. It's kicking, screaming, falling out, normally in public, right in time to embarrass you. Then there's the prolonged crying. You take something from them that they're not supposed to have, or sometimes for no reason at all. They just cry. Then we have the overabundance of energy. That's when they're literally bouncing off the walls, into everything, just can't keep their hands off, can't keep things out of their mouth. Those are the things that you want to look for, what to expect. Then once you know what to expect, you can learn to spot the symptoms. So the symptoms of the terrible twos would be independence, using the word no, and hitting. So with the independence, the child wants to do everything on their own, i.e. eating, feeding themselves. Like with the twins, they do want to feed themselves, but they can't properly use utensils. So if they can't get their way, if they can't feed themselves, they'll either not eat at all, or they will throw their food on the floor, or they'll cry until we let them think that they're feeding themselves. Then there's the word no. They're coming into their own. They having their own personalities. So at that point, they say no. If they don't want something, they'll tell you no. Then we have the hitting. So as I stated previously, they're not able to fully express themselves, so they use their hands. And with my little niece, she will slap you, and she thinks that it's funny. She thinks that it's something, sweet. So, now that you know what to expect and how to spot the symptoms, I'll give you a couple strategies that you can use to make the best of this tough phase. So first, you want to give structured choices. So you want to help your toddler feel like they're in charge. Stay with me, I know that sounds bad. But to make them feel in charge, you give them predetermined choices. These are choices that you've already made, things that you already agree with them having or doing. You're just going to let them choose from the things that you've already chosen. So, for example, if it's snack time, you would give them the choice of, would you like apples or would you like grapes? So they're both healthy choices, but you're letting them choose what they want to actually eat. Then you want to include them in household duties. As you know, toddlers love to do things that grown-ups are doing. So allow them to do simple tasks, like putting their toys away in the toy box, putting their clothes in a hamper, things like that. It teaches them about working together. And then if you notice that your toddler likes to sweep, they like to take the broom from you, buy them a little fake broom or fake vacuum cleaner. Just let them feel involved. Then, last but not least, you want to appreciate the terrible two stage. Yes, appreciate. You have to learn to enjoy your child at this age. They're really funny. They're getting a personality. Laugh and enjoy it. And toddlers are very impressionable at this stage as well. So this is the time that you can really help them to grow and thrive. They're learning new words, and you can really just help them. And then last, you want to get to know your child. Plan for delays due to tantrums and other things like that. If you know there's a certain time of the day that your child is irritable, then you may want to do things before that time or after that time. Give them time to, work through that. So again, I would like to apologize to all the parents for saying, oh, it can't be that bad. It is that bad. Y'all supposed to laugh at that point. Be aware of what to expect, know the symptoms, and lastly, enjoy the ride. Enjoy your toddler. And I will upload a video of my niece and nephew for you guys as well.